Hi, my name's Doug McCann. You know me as D Juggler. You're about to watch a video where I ramble a bit, and I apologize for that. I'm not doing editing on this video because I'm out at an event and just wanted to get it out there real quick. Maybe we'll redo this video a little shorter, a little bit more focused, and a little less sloppy. I just didn't have my juggle on today. Practice, practice, practice. Hope you enjoy the video, and thank you for watching. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whatever time it is. We are working today on step 5 of contact juggling by James Ernest in this book. So this pattern, what you see on the page, on the cover, this is what we're gonna do today. So let's go over the steps. You guys learned step 1 was the Middle Eastern dance move, the butterfly. Keeping your hands in this home space, not up here, not down here. Like this, the elbows lead the hands. Then we went on to learn the cradle, putting the ball on the cradle, and we learned to toss it up and catch it, and toss it up and catch it on the other side. And we did that with our weak hand too. Toss it up, catch it, toss it up and catch it on the other side. Then we learned to move it from side to side with a slight toss. So we throw it up and catch it, throw it up and catch it, throw it up and catch it, throw it up and catch it. You'll catch it, not me. Now we're actually going to do the butterfly, which is the move people know, the move that you saw in Labyrinth with Michael Motion doing, David Bowie was doing this, and it looked like, it's actually Michael Motion. David Bowie's hands were behind his back. It looked like the ball, the crystal ball, was just floating there. That's what you're trying to achieve. So in the butterfly, you have something called the high-low problem. That's where on this side you catch the ball, and on this side you're about 6 inches higher. And you want to watch for that, because you want to keep everything in this home space. You want to try, the more the ball stays right there, the more you create that illusion that the ball's just floating in the air. Now, some people, we've been talking about taking the cradle from the back of the hand, remember, not the smooth, but the cradle, throwing it up and catching it here. And that's again where you want to keep that home space. Some people have actually done it by twisting their hand this way. But remember, it's not the wrist. You're leading with the elbow. Your hand you want to keep straight as possible. You don't want to be bending the hand. Keep the hand as straight as possible. In this move, the butterfly, very similar to what we did yesterday, except yesterday we were throwing it up and moving our hand. Today what we want to do is we want to see it roll up to our finger and come down on the other side. We want to control it like that. So the idea is that you're still kind of doing the toss, but you really are rolling it over your hand so that it stays on the fingers. That elbow leads, always the elbow, and your goal, I'm all over the place, but your goal is to keep that ball right there in that same spot. Helps to look at the ball. Whoa. And that's your practice today. That's now. Excuse me. We've got to do it on both sides. Let's see if I missed any notes. Your hand stays fairly straight throughout the move. The wrist bend, not the fingers. We talked about that. Ball should be rolling over your middle finger. Should be rolling over your middle finger. Don't let your fingers. I've said this several times. He makes a note of it in the book. Don't let your fingers block the ball. The audience has to be able to see the ball. So as you're doing your contact juggling, you're going to avoid things that block the audience's view of the ball, because that breaks the illusion. What else do we have? Your elbow should be leading the wrist, and try to do this move with both hands at once. This is fun. This is what I like. If you come up here and then you move it to that hand, and you come up and you move it to that hand, and then you come up. Whoa, I'm all over the place because I'm watching the camera, not the ball. Anyhow, start here, roll it, let it roll down to the other hand, get it in the cradle, roll it up, and stop there. So it's hard to watch, hard to make sure that I'm in the frame and actually do it. Now I'm all over the place again. No coffee this morning. Left the house too early, too late. Woke up, whatever. I didn't get the brew made. Okay, so when using both arms at once, make sure the forearms are operating in the same vertical plane. We've talked about that. So if you're using both hands, the forearms shouldn't be like this. They need to be in the same vertical plane. So I'm just, some days you're gonna have it, some days you're not gonna have it. That's all there is to it. Just practice, practice, practice. And you know, the neat thing about this contact juggling is it only takes one ball. And it doesn't have to be as large as this one. It can be a pool ball, and I wouldn't go any smaller than that. If you're trying to do it with a golf ball, you're gonna have difficulty. Pool ball is probably the smallest. Lacrosse ball is not bad, except they bounce. This ball is a stage ball that I think is 3.5 inch diameter. Oops. See, I'm going back to my habits that I do. I've got this motion that, excuse me, I've got this motion that I've developed over the years where I do this kind of number, and then I toss it over my back, and I put it way out here, and I toss it over to that hand and catch it on the back of that hand, and then I go behind my back, and you can do all kinds of fun stuff. You can do body rolls. We're gonna end up working on rolling up and down the arm, which I've always found difficult because the arm's not really flat. But what we were talking about today, and I've done a whole lot of rambling, is just the basic butterfly. Wow. I'm going to turn the camera off and practice for a little bit. You've been watching Doug work on your butterfly. Practice, practice, practice. You want everything smooth, you want it fluid. Have a nice day. Good morning, good day, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. You're listening to Doug McCann of RealityMe.net. You know me as D Juggler, and we're working on step 5 today of contact juggling from the book by James Ernest. We're gonna do this. Now, that looks a whole lot like, be right back. That's the Colmac layout, by the way. If anybody likes to type on an ortholinear keyboard, I use a plank keyboard, and instead of QWERTY, my keys look like this across. It's D, R, F, whatever, not D, Q, can't even read. This is what happens when you don't have coffee before you get to what you're doing. Good morning, good day, good evening. You're listening to Doug McCann of RealityMe.net. You know me as D Juggler, you know that. And we are working, oops, call that an outtake. Hi, my name's Doug McCann. You know me as D Juggler, and you're about to watch a video on how to do the butterfly and contact juggling. It's a sloppy video. I really should refilm the whole thing, but I'm out at a practice, and so I'm starting to ramble here too.